Okay, so we are talking about two things, really: surgery and adventures. What do you want to hear about first? Well, I guess you don't have a choice, so.
Might as well do the surgery one because we just took the.
So surgery. So he's gonna go to Garamoni eventually, and he wanted me to take pictures of his chest, so I did. And
for the surgery, you need to take pictures to send to the surgery.
So we did that, and that went smoothly.
It was cold.
Yeah. And then I have a consultation on Wednesday, which he's going to with me. Anyway, so why did you choose Garamoni?
He's been my pick since I was, what did I say, 16? It's when I got back. 16/17.
And what are you a candidate for?
I don't even know. It's a double incision. Yep, so I'm getting that.
Have you saved up for it?
Hell no.
You're trying though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone through family, I've gone through a grant, which I've yet to hear back from. And then I also have done various baking and trying to sell those, like cupcakes, which I don't know if you could even tell it was a cupcake, but that is. I've made like $5 just doing that. It's hard, dude, because gas prices are going up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, so that's one way. That's multiple ways I've been trying. And I have a separate account, which helps, because I tend to spend money before I have it. Yeah. 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 It's not about my financial state. We're talking about adventures and stuff.
Right, yes. So surgery is going to be an adventure. He's going to brave that with me, and so I'll brave that with him when the time gets there. So, adventures.
Yeah, what have we been up to?
Yeah, what have we been up? Okay, so we hang out on like a regular basis. He lives about an hour away from me. Currently, where I'm currently at. So we went to Minnesota the other weekend.
2 weeks ago.
Or three weeks ago.
Man. Anyway.
2 or 3 weeks ago, we went to Minnesota, and we got a hotel there because we couldn't stay in a dorm room. We were visiting my sister. And while there, first we got to this room. It, well, I didn't know this, but it certainly had blood on the windows that Gavin unfortunately found.
And
that was a little unsettling, actually. Yeah. So then, conveniently, after we found that discovery, we were greeted by some loud-ass drunk people that were going to be visiting the same hotel in the very next room next to ours. I went to the front desk and asked for another room. The room that we were staying at was actually a 2-queen bed room without a jacuzzi. Originally. But they didn't have any more places, so they set us up for $25 more.
Basically in a lover's room.
Right.
With a... What size was that bed? That was
a king-size bed.
King-size bed.
It was a king-size bed with a jacuzzi tub. Mind you, the jacuzzi tub did not have any sort of curtain. It was literally just out in the open, right the fuck there. And you could watch TV from the jacuzzi.
And I've never been in one or used one, as we found out later. And I told Alex that whether he was in the room or not, I'm going to try it. I wasn't actually counting on him being there, but the way things worked out, he was. And we found out that I don't know how to work a jacuzzi. I broke many buttons. I I don't know what you pushed.
There was a thing on the wall. There was like a timer on the wall, and like
on the wall opposite of.
And
this
I thought
thing.
it would get the jacuzzi to run because he was like, What do you do?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." So I did the little timer thing,
and
it
class.
It like the water went everywhere. It like went boom up against the side of the fucking wall and outside of the tub.
And I am stark ass naked. And I think at that point, I don't know, and I don't care to know if you saw anything, but I'm pretty sure I kind of jumped up because that stuff shot out.
Did.
Like, it didn't just
oh my god. It was like a tunnel whip coming out of the jacuzzi tub.
Like, okay, I know what a jacuzzi is, and I'm not completely ignorant. Whatever that was not regular jacuzzi behavior.
Like, you broke something off of it.
Yeah, and upon freaking out, a really big metal part, which to this day I have no clue what its purpose was, flung off. I don't know who made it like that, but they should be fired.
So anyway, that was our jacuzzi story. And our jacuzzi adventure.
This all ended up with me, unhappy, soaking wet, cold, in a towel, and we were watching Bacon on TV.
We were,
which is like the most random fucking night ever. Oh, and there was a towel baby in our room.
Right? Too. Yeah, somebody left a towel baby for us. Literally, it was a towel.
It had eyes and a nose.
Baby. It was really weird. It was cute, but kind of scary. And then, of course, I made the eye fall off. Or maybe it was the nose. I don't know. I made something fall off of its face, and it wasn't. And then it just went from there. So
it became the towel that was wrapped on me.
I was wondering what happened to that.
He kept me warm.
Well, that's great. That's great. So then, what else do we have here? Happened? What the hell is that? Oh, so also in Minnesota, we went to this bong place. There was a bunch of glass everywhere, like pipes and stuff. It was more like a pot place, really. I think. I don't know. I don't know what you do in Minnesota. I've never been there. That was my first time being there. Anyway, I had friends there, so we went with them, and we were all above 21, except Gavin. And Gavin didn't have his license, inconveniently. So the three of us went in, and you played the pity card. And the guy at the door, the big Goliath at the door, was like, "Yeah, you can go in just this once." So
you know who you remind me of? Actually, you ever seen the band Disturbed?
Mm-hmm.
The lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what he looked like, minus the snake bites.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, so we went in. That was interesting. I'd never been in that place before. I don't do that. So, but the glass was pretty.
It wasn't just blown glass.
I know.
Let's be real here.
I know. There's like stuff to hide stuff in, and
no, you don't hide stuff in clear glass.
No, but on the side.
Oh yeah, on the side.
There was. So anyway, that was interesting. There was no real adventure to that.
I mean, for you, there kind of was. Like, you just said you've never...
I felt like I was, like, in Oz or something. I felt very, like...
Where? In awe? Or in Oz?
Oz, yeah. Like, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore, feeling. I was like... I don't know what... I feel very awkward. I don't know what to do in this place. So, but it was nice. It was cool. It was interesting. It was like a place that you wouldn't normally go on if you were a tourist, unless you were looking for that place and you knew it existed. But then we went to a guitar shop, and that was nice. So.
And then that's where I was out of my element, because I couldn't afford anything in that place.
They had some nice guitars, though. Right. They weren't really all in tune. Anyway, so that was our Minnesota trip. This past week, we went to the Frank Lloyd Wright House. But it really didn't happen, actually, because the whole damn thing was not accessed
Not
by a
accessible.
car anymore. It was like its own little island, but only for like,
You could walk to it. You could take a shuttle bus to it. I don't know where this invisible shuttle bus could be, boarded because I didn't see one. And I tried many times to pull up to a driveway or something because I'd been taken there as a kid. Not as a kid, but like 2 years ago, whatever. And no one seemed to have problems back then. But the one time I was like thinking, oh, I'll be an adult and like show my friend this place, didn't work out. That's my rant on it.
And then after that, or before that, I don't really remember. We went to a park, and he almost fell down the cliff, but he didn't. He's very adventurous, and I'm more reserved. So I stayed up on the hill where he like scaled the mountain down.
And back up.
Yeah, and back up. And it got to a point where I was on the hill and I couldn't see you anymore.
I slipped slightly, and I think I slid maybe like a half inch.
But here's the thing: if he would have slipped off that shit, I wouldn't even hear that shit. Well, I would hear him falling down.
Hear that. You would hear all kinds of words: Spanish, English, languages I've never even heard before. Just cuss words. Just. Oh my god! You would hear a dictionary. And then somewhere your name would fall in and be like, "You better get your ass down here."
If you could even speak by the time you got down there.
I would sign language it.
If you could even move.
911. Call it.
I didn't even have service up there. That we'd be fucked.
Use my phone.
You're gonna throw it.
It's been run over by a car though, and it yeah, I ran over my own phone. But like the screen's fine. I'm just confirming that it is fine. It seemed important. Okay.
Because everybody needs to know that your phone is
I don't
fine.
care what everyone else needs to know. This is... Until they contact me complaining, I don't care.
Thanks for tuning in to the Alex and Gavin show. Or the Gavin and Alex show. So, okay, we're done now.
Yeah, where do we...
I don't know. Bye. Bye.